Good morning.
How are you?
All right, how are you?
I am well, thanks.
Good.
We are too.
It's cold here.
It's a little cold. It's a little cold here.
Oh yeah, it's 20 there, isn't it?
It's 15 degrees.
And it's 10 degrees in Asheville. I was looking at my weather app. It said 20 in Atlanta and 10 in Asheville. It's a balmy 40 degrees here.
Must be terrible.
Oh, it's so hard, man. But I definitely know how hard it is at 10.
I love your beard, Rick, since it turned white.
Thank you.
I was telling somebody at the beer shop yesterday, and they were talking about, well, you don't have a lot of gray hair. And I said, my boys have it. I said,
Is that the deal? I didn't know that was the deal.
You didn't know what?
That we had to take the gray hair for you guys.
Oh, I don't know. I told them I'd always wanted it. My mother was white-headed at 50, and I wanted it so bad. But y'all got it.
Well, gee, thanks. Aren't you sure?
It looks good on both of them. You're very good-looking men.
Well, I don't know if my hair is fake. I never had it long enough to find out.
That's all right. It looks good like it is.
How you feel today, Mom?
I feel good today.
Good.
I slept real good last night.
It's always nice.
Yes. I went to bed at 8 o'clock and I didn't get up until 8.
Dang.
So that's what you need. You just needed cold weather.
And a good night's sleep.
Yeah.
Cold weather to get that good night's sleep. It's warm in here, so it's not like she felt it, Tom.
Well, the thing of it is, I got my blanket on the bed, heating pad blanket, and I haven't been able to sleep. And I decided this morning, I don't need that electric blanket. It keeps me awake. I get hot.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I can tell you, our house is heated too, but you could certainly feel the chill in the air when I got up.
Yeah. Well, your bed's right in front of the window.
Yeah. And we have windows all on that one side too, and I guess that's what you really feel.
Yeah.
I just got to get up and put another log on the fire and just sit by the fire.
I was telling somebody that this morning. I said 10 degrees is fine as long as there's a log on the fire.
I have 13.7 right now is what it is outside.
Oh, well, that's warmer than my little app says it is. For Asheville, downtown Asheville. So you're outside Asheville. That's interesting.
I have, it's called underground weather.
Underground weather.
Yep.
I'm sure, Rick, you've probably got the same situation, but we've got quite a bit of breeze here, so I don't know what the wind chill is. They said it was going to be like -5. I haven't checked.
Yeah.
They said
My wind is running about 8 right now, 8 miles an hour.
Well, up north, they got Detroit got 9 inches of snow in one day. And it's still snowing a little bit, they said. And the temperature is 2 below.
great.
I can tell you it's mitten weather in Holly Springs because I wore the gloves out to take the dog out, but my hands were frostbitten by the time I got back in.
Oh,
I had good gloves.
Wow, that's chilly.
Well, you know what? I went to Publix last week and it was cold and I couldn't even feel my hands when I was in the store. My hands were just frozen.
I'll bet.
And
I have insulation on my hands. You don't. The rest of us have insulation on our hands. You don't.
Right. Well, my hands must be similar to hers because I had to take off all my rings. All my rings are gone because they were sliding off and I didn't even feel them sliding off my finger and I was afraid I was going to lose them, so I just put them in the closet. Just wait until the weather comes up.
I have a, I don't know if it's because of my days. I keep spilling my coffee.
Oh, don't do that. It's a waste.
Yeah. And ever since my days of delivering papers, I assume it's from that. Could be from Mom. But my hands, when they get cold, they get bad cold, and it's really hard.
Yeah, mine too, Rick. That's why they shrink. They shrink down to the bone.
Yeah. So I have to wear gloves until I can. There's something about the core. Once the core gets cold, I can't get them back warm for a long time.
Yeah.
Well, let me tell y'all something. When I was in Publix yesterday, I had this jacket on, and I hadn't worn it since I've been down here. But this woman walked up to me, and she says, "That's got to be the most beautiful coat." She says, "I love it." She says, and I was telling her, I said, I said, a friend of mine's grandson, he was 2.5 years old. And as I was leaving church, she had him in her arms. And he said, "Dad, I love that jacket." Do you know this kid is 17 years old now, or 18? And I had that jacket on. And she said, "Well, it's sure too pretty to be in here shopping for groceries." So
So it's a real bitchy looking jacket.
yeah. But I hadn't thought about it being that old till I thought about when she said that. It's unreal.
I have a few coats that old.
Uh,
I have a few coats that old.
That's gonna get.
what'd you say again?
I said I have a few coats that old.
Oh,
I have one that I got when the girls were like 3 and 5. So it's like 27 years old.
well, all my coats are probably older than 20 years. I have a lot of coats. I think I gather coats.
Well,
The most recent one, the one that I use the most in cold weather is 25 years old, and I put 3 zippers in it because I bought it in Vancouver when we were doing our Alaska trip. That's a long time ago.
I have lots of jackets and I'm the same. I don't know if it's a hoarder or what, but I keep jackets.
Well,
Yeah, me too.
you wear.
Before Tommy got his vest, I was wanting a vest and talking to Cindy about one, and I got one for Christmas.
Awesome.
I love the vest. As long as I got a decent long sleeve on or something, the vest works. There you go.
yeah.
I've got probably a dozen vests.
Well, I had a vest on yesterday, and Betsy came in the beauty shop, came in my mail, and she said, "I love that. When did you get that?"
I know, it was beautiful.
I've had it for years, but it's brown, and I don't have a lot of brown to wear with it, so it's never been.
She didn't have brown, she had beige on, which was perfect with the beige.
Yeah, I had beige on.
Yeah, I want to get me probably a Carhartt and what Lands End, is that what it's called? Lands End, I think. Maybe.
Yeah.
And then there's another brand I can't remember, but I really like yours, Tommy. You had some really nice ones.
Well, thanks to you guys, I have half a dozen now.
Oh, awesome.
Good. Well,
I've been wearing them this week, so.
Yeah.
Well, then those birthday presents came in handy.
Yes, they did. Thank you guys so much.
You look good in it, so we had to take advantage.
Vests are really nice, I think.
I like the function of them. They work great.
They're warm, it keeps the core warm.
Yeah.
I like the pockets.
Yeah, I do too.
Yeah, the vest means really nothing to me, like Rick said, as long as they got a nice long sleeve shirt on. But the pockets are great.
Yep.
On my Egyptian trip, I'd forgotten this, and I wish I had remembered. I have 2 vests. Remember years ago at Dad's funeral, we talked about the tech vest and how well, I have 2, and they're like fishing vests.
Yes.
And they're light, and I did wear them in Galapagos in Peru, and I totally forgot they were in my closet, and we're in Egypt, and these women have on these vests just like that, with all these pockets for all the different things we have to carry around with us during the day. And I was like, man, I missed an opportunity to wear my tech vest.
There you go.
It's a fishing vest or a hunting vest. It's got like multiple pockets all around. You know, it's like, they're beige, or I have one that's beige and one that's light green. It goes just about with anything, but you just wear it so you have extra
I
pockets.
love the pants that have pockets in it.
Cargo pants.
I keep saying I'm gonna buy me a pair just for pockets.
And I'm leaning more towards those too. I looked at some the other day and I thought, no. They wanted like $36 for them, and they were on sale from $49.
On sale for 49?
That's pretty cheap, Rick.
That's cheap, Rick.
No, not as cheap as me. I'll go cheaper.
All right.
You know,
Maybe you're akin to what's his name? Outback.
Oh,
Dwayne. He says he goes in the store and he picks up and grabs stuff and says, and he won't spend over $10 for a pair of shoes.
Yeah, I guess I'll spend some, but it's like it takes me a long time to give in.
Yeah.
You know, I'll look at it and look at it and look at it for years and go, no, I ain't doing that, I ain't doing that. But I love, the only ones I don't like is the cargo pants with the button fly. I hate the button fly.
Oh, I bet. Well, I tell you what, the only way I buy a blouse or anything, if they got it hanging out front, I will not go through a line of clothes. They got it hanging out front and it catches my eye and I like it, I'll get it. But I'm not going through that line of clothes.
Yeah, mine will probably be a little pricey once I get one, because it's like the cargo pants that I want are either the military or what do they call them? The police guys. They have a brand.
SWAT.
There's a brand. Huh?
SWAT.
Well, it's geared after that, but it's I think it's got the number 5 in the. Anyway, it's police uniform type stuff.
Yeah, I have several pair of pants, but I got a pair of Cabela, or a couple of pairs of Cabela's a few years ago, and they were perfect. You know, had the right number of pockets, had a watch pocket so I could put the key fobs in.
Yeah.
So I've always got my key fobs with me. But I went to I finally wore holes in my favorite pair. I went to replace them, and they don't make them anymore. Not the same. But I bought it. I paid $50 for a pair that when I got them, I didn't realize it, but they're actually flannel lined.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah, and they're almost the same. The only difference is instead of having the watch pocket inside your regular pocket, it's on the outside of one of the cargo pockets. But I don't care for that. But I'll make it.
Al Roker still wears a chain with the watch. He has a vest on suit, and he still wears a pocket watch, and the chain hangs down and looks so good.
I have a pocket watch, but I've never worn it.
I've got one hanging in front of me they gave to me. It's a Navy pocket watch.
Oh, really?
And for me, if I buy pants and they have flannel lining in it, I better be ready to stay outside all day, because once I come inside,
You'll burn up.
Yeah.
Well, Well, I wasn't intending to get. I don't know where I missed it that they were flannel lined, but they're not that heavy. You know,
Mm-hmm.
for right
Well, I love
now. For right
their
now, it's
stuff.
perfect.
They're comfortable.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, the cargo pants would be my number one, but
Okay.
Dickies make decent ones too.
I was
I
gonna
just
say Dickies has some good quality work clothes.
yeah. So, but I haven't been to. I think it's Walmart that carries Dickies.
Mm-hmm.
Used to be Sears, I think.
Well,
Is
Kmart would have been Sears.
All I know
that,
is I had those Dickies overalls. Remember those coveralls I used to wear throwing newspapers? I didn't have to put anything on under them. I just slip into those at 3 a.m, and man, I was toasty the whole paper route.
yeah, old
Even
quilted
getting
britches.
out and putting chains on the car, I'd have to lay in the snow to put the chains at the, what is it, Windy Gap Mountain? Is that what that little strip mountain is between, over the
Wind in
tunnel?
in the
Are
Oaks,
you talking?
Yeah,
Pound Mountain, and Bowcatcher.
Bowcatcher, Wind in the Oaks.
Hmm.
Yeah.
That's where quilted britches owned
No,
that. Where,
no, Quilted Britches lived in the, that neighborhood,
yeah, Bowcatcher.
Bowcatcher.
But he
Y'all had
owned.
so few customers, you knew their names.
No,
That's
it's,
what we call.
at 3 a.m. or 5 a.m, you notice things, and most people aren't out when we were throwing the papers, but this guy, that every time he came out, I don't know if they were his pajamas or what, but they were quilted, looking quilted. So we just called him Quilted Britches,
I was gonna say, man,
and
Betsy named for him when she made a cassette tape for me to follow as I'm driving along throwing papers. She was talking.
yeah,
And up here at Quilted Britches, here come out.
yeah.
so he was
But
always waiting for you.
yep,
Yeah.
yeah.
And the guy's name was Joe Eblin. He owned Eblin Oil Company in this area. So that's why I say he owned Win in the Oak condominiums up there on top of the mountain.
Oh,
And he had a lot of money.
but that was a nice neighborhood that he lived in. Those were the nicer homes
Yeah,
in Asheville. Yeah,
that's,
that was a
that's
good
where,
route.
I think that's where I guess he started out when he was building his business.
Well, not much to paper routes anymore.
Well, when I let go of mine, they cut it in half. You
Well,
meaning
you
that
built
they
it up
gave
pretty
a
well then.
half to somebody? They took two people to do it. They didn't want somebody having all of it because it was a great income for that size. I think I had 500 and some accounts, which means I pretty much supported myself off the paper route and supplemented with the tours I gave from, what was the name of the tour company?
Western Carol, oh, what was
Western
that?
Carolina Tours. Yeah.
Yeah.
But that paper route supported me, paid my rent, paid for my tuition, paid for my books. And that doesn't usually happen, that you have such a big route, but we took care of it, and I never let anybody down. I didn't have any complaints. But as soon as I got rid of it, turned it back to them, they gave it to two different people.
Seven
Split
days
it.
a week, 7 days
Yeah,
a week,
right.
board. And Sundays was the worst because she had to
Right.
wait on them to do the ins. They deliver twice,
Right.
regular paper, and then they deliver the inserts, and you'd have to do the inserts, didn't we?
Right. We
Didn't
had
we?
to do the inserts, put
Yeah.
all the inserts in, and then put them back in bags. And
So for all our customers, she had to put all these inserts.
yeah, we got really good at it. I got a muscle, right here on the right side because I was tossing papers like this, you know. So by the time I finished that route 3 years later, I had like a puffed up muscle on that side.
You tossed out the passenger door.
Yeah,
Okay.
right across, and the ones on the right, the left, this way.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty good. In fact, Rick and I would tease who could hit the bell. Remember the bell?
Yep.
And we knew that our customers wanted us to throw the paper right onto their table where they were getting coffee, but we tried to get it the goal was to get it as close to the front porch as possible, which doesn't happen in my neighborhood. I actually had to pick up 2 papers this morning when I came down here. They're dropping them on the street, right at the edge of the
Yeah.
driveway. They're on the street, like they're not even trying. I got them up there, and that's how I trained Rick. Get them up there.
I always thought, especially when I was a kid, the best paper thrown was the one that was a leaner against the wall or the door itself.
Right, exactly. That is the best paper. So our goal is to get it as close to the door as possible.
Well, I don't think that many people get newspapers anymore, do they?
No.
Well, in the old folks area, they do. People get newspapers, and I almost didn't renew this thing. I was like, okay, do I really want to do this? Because I read online most mornings. And then I do read this, but this is not online, and I would like to be able to see what's going on. And this tells me what's happening in the villages. So
Right.
I keep getting it. Oh, she's back.
Well, yeah, I haven't seen. I remember when I'd go out in the mornings and I'd see them delivering the papers down there on 74 here on the main road, but I haven't seen one of those guys in years.
Well, circulation is diminishing most everywhere else. It was in DC even. Washington Post. The Washington Post you can just read online. You don't need to get the paper.
Right.
Wall Street Journal, you read online. You don't need to get the paper.
I know, but I still enjoy seeing the steam train once in a while.
Betsy, I don't think you can get just the Journal online.
I didn't say just the Journal. I said you get the Washington Post and the Wall Street Journal. Those are 2 that I can read online. You can get all the papers everywhere online.
Yes, but I think you have to have a full subscription to get the Wall Street Journal online.
Nope. I pay $4 a month.
Okay.
Just online.
Well.
Yeah.
Good deal.
That's how I get my subscription. I don't want, nobody's delivering in my area, the Journal, so I just pay $4 a month, and it's great.
Good deal.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't get any paper.
Me either.
You'd have to walk down to the mailbox to pick it up, wouldn't you?
Yeah, I would. Now, Betty used to get it, but what was frustrating is it was hit or miss, and you'd have to call them up and raise Cain about it because they just hit or miss getting it to you.
Wow. Well, they weren't interested in an end of the year tip.
No, they just got paid and they didn't care.
Yeah, that's too bad.
How's Cindy today?
Doing good. Doing good. We're going to go out in the heat wave and go through some old house stuff at the storage unit and try to dissipate it and get rid of it. And, it's one of those things you got to go through and just weed out stuff.
So is this a storage unit from Betty's house or from y'all stuff?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, we got a couple, and what we're doing is weeding it down to one. And it's stuff that we're not going to do anything with, but we had to put it somewhere.
Right.
And you stuff for storage. And so we put it in there with the intent of doing a yard sale, but that's just too much. So especially since you have to clean it up. And that's what we've been doing since yesterday is cleaning this stuff up. And we're going to take it to hospice.
Oh, that's good.
That's where I think I'll take my trash can. No. Hey, Rick, I got something to tell you.
Yeah?
Tell Alex I really appreciate that card from Publix, and I had tried to use it since my birthday about 4 times, and they turned it down. They said it wasn't anything on it. I mean, I don't know what it is, but anyway, so I put the receipt up there and went up to customer service. She said, well, you didn't even need the receipt. She said, we can check it. Well, I finally got my groceries with us yesterday.
So there was one that did recognize there was
Yeah,
money. Isn't that interesting?
y'all had bought it and set the linen. And anyway, but I finally got to use it. I said I was going to find out why, because she's paid her money out, and tell her I appreciate it. And also, we're going to the bank as soon as we hang up from here, and I'm going to cash your Christmas check.
For a second there, I thought you was going to go rob the bank, and I was going to ask you what.
No, but I know last y'all are like fathers. When you give somebody a check, you expect them to cash it right then. The bank's on the other side.
You're fine. You're fine. I know it's hard to get out.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Tell Cindy I'm taking it to the bank today.
Right.
So how are Alex and Bentley?
Alex has been very focused on a friend of hers who has cancer.
Right.
Oh, that's the woman that she works with.
Yeah. And very focused on her. So she's been staying with her, taking her to doctor visits. Took her to Charlotte the other day for a doctor's visit. And so far, she's in remission, I guess.
Yeah.
Nothing, I mean, they've had to move all of her women parts, but
Women parts.
yeah.
So she's in remission, but they're at that stage where they still want her to take chemo or something to.
She's taking chemo every day or every week or something like that.
Yeah.
They keep it up, yeah.
Just in case, because what they did is, and she's going to have to go. It used to be every 3 months, and now I think she goes every month or less to the doctor to make sure, because of the testing. Something about the testing is they just need to monitor it closely.
Sure.
So that if there is any change, they can bounce 3 months away. Right?
So, Rick, you know Jan Bigger?
Oh yeah.
Well, Jan had breast cancer probably, I don't know, 11, 12 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And after they were done, they eradicated it, so to speak. She was in full remission.
Yeah.
She didn't go back for any checkups until recently, and she's in stage 4 now.
Oh no.
Yeah, it came back, she didn't even know it. So, yeah. So, good news for her is that she was there. Her sister had breast cancer also twice, and she was there for her sister. So, her sister is coming for her house, and she's going to stay with her until they get the treatment. Hopefully, the treatment works.
Wow.
Now, stage 4 usually meant a death sentence, though, right?
Right. It usually does, but sometimes it depends on the person. They can overcome it, but it just depends. And one more thing, Rick, is Beth Palmer died.
Beth?
Yeah, totally. Didn't expect that one.
Dang, what'd she die from?
I don't know. Jan said that something was wrong, and apparently nobody knew that anything was wrong. And
Wow.
more information to follow. Yeah.
Well, with that sad news, I'll give you some good news. Really.
Go.
My diarrhea stopped day before yesterday. After 2.5 weeks.
That's why she feels better, right?
Yeah.
I kind of said goodbye to that, but it's our mother.
So it was the turkey. So it was the turkey sandwich.
Yeah.
Must have been.
You put something in there to slow it down.
When you've had it for 2.5 weeks, you need to tell somebody.
Gotta celebrate.
and I go to the doctor Monday, so I am thrilled to death to tell him it stopped.
Well, I'm all excited that you're not running through things nowadays.
Right.
Oh,
Well, I had to tell you that after all that sad news.
Well, I got a chuckle.
yeah.
So, have you added anything behind you, Rick?
No, it's going to get diminished. I got to turn this room into a bedroom. I mean, I've been trying to. We go back and forth. We're growing up. We really want people to be able to come here and stay, so we're going to put a bed in here and
Put a
try
tent
to make it
outside.
work. Huh?
Put a tent outside.
A tent?
Yeah, outside.
So you can go glamping.
Right. You
Yeah,
gotta put a
and
heater in it.
that way they don't stay too long.
Yeah.
I promise I won't stay too long.
Oh, you're good. I just need to. It'll take us a little bit, but we're going to take stuff down and move stuff out of here so we can get a bed in here.
Where are you gonna put it?
Still making.
Just have to start work somewhere.
No,
Why don't you just do like Betsy,
it up.
get a Murphy bed and leave your stuff there?
Right.
Right.
Well, believe it or not, a Murphy bed, it's, I guess that's doable. Definitely not the size that she has, because it's
Well,
a
no, you don't
small.
need all the bookcases.
Right, but you
and
can
stuff.
get them smaller than that. You know, we put Tom and Thea slept on ours. We have a regular mattress on it. You know, we got the bed and then we went and got a mattress. And Tom, isn't it comfortable?
Yes.
So, and really, you don't have to have the elaborateness that we have. You could just get something that's up against the wall and, just pull it down when people come and it'll be decorative. It'll look nice, simple.
And everybody will be glad that you still have your music room.
Right.
So do you have like 13 inches to 18 inches sticking out from the wall?
That'd be about right.
Yeah, that's about right.
Yeah, because the legs fold up against the cabinet when it's up.
Right.
They're nice.
Yeah, Betsy's is really nice. But you can get some pretty simple ones.
The people I bought mine from are over in north of Clearwater, Florida, and they build them, and they build to suit what you want. And he had some in the showroom, and some of them were just very simple and very nice. In fact, you don't even have to. Let me turn it around. You don't have to have the bed going up this way. You can actually have it this way and then just fold out.
Yeah, particularly a single bed.
Right, and then what happens when you have it up, you can have little whatnots or whatever you want over it, or just like a little display cabinet and shelf, so to speak. But then when people come to visit, you just fold it open, and there it is. So
Right.
you can have them. You can have them built any way you want, or you can probably find them.
I think
online.
I think IKEA even has one now.
Probably.
I know Wayfair has a bunch of them.
I don't want to see you give up your music room.
No, it's good.
We're helping you troubleshoot here.
Yeah.
Problem solved.
We tried this futon. We thought that would be the ticket.
No.
Yeah. No. Got to use a mattress.
It wasn't. It didn't work. So.
Yeah.
And we're getting to the point where the kids ain't traveling as much. So when they do, we want them to be able to enjoy it. And Mom or Tom or you, Betsy, coming up, have a place to stay.
Yeah, it's your money. My vote is just find us a nice, simple Murphy bed solution.
Yeah.
Just for Mama.
Because you don't need to change the room. Just you add a bed to it in the right place, and and then you have your room there. Because people coming to visit it, I used to say in Dallas, people coming to visit only came like 3 or 4 times a year, and usually it was Ryan and Khaki or Brenda, and maybe Lori's family.
Mm-hmm.
But when we came here, you know, I said, Lori was looking for a 3 or 4 bedroom, and I'm like, why are we getting a 3 or 4 bedroom? You know, it's like people don't come to visit that often, and when they come to Disney, they're staying in Disney. They're not coming up here. So we got the 2 bedroom, put the Murphy bed in there, and it worked fine.
Rick, there are even some Murphy beds that you can set up with a desk on it when it's not being used as a bed.
Right, that's true. That's true. We looked at those too because we were looking at options for a desk.
But
Turn your camera a little bit, Betsy.
This way or this way? There you go. Mom.
We got a,
Can you see her?
yeah, she's got a gallon mug.
Yep. Yeah. That's her coffee for the morning.
See those girls?
Nope.
You can't see them.
Mm-mm.
No.
This one, I named her Emily Shea. She's 18 now.
I remember you showing us that cup. Yeah.
Yeah.
I saw a video the other day. The guy wanted to make fun of his wife because she had one of those big Stanley cups. So he comes in with a waste bucket, a metal waste bucket with a lid on it and a straw in it.
Oh no! Oh, that's good.
And you know, it must have been an 18-gallon.
That's cute.
Rick gave me a coffee cup one year, long time ago, and it says, "Mom, I love you."
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Or weren't you just sweet as you could be?
Yeah.
I got her ashtray too.
You know what?
I gave you an ashtray one time too, a long time ago. You know what the ashtray said on it? Crazy Shirley.
Crazy Shirley. She forgot that and lost it.
I don't remember that one.
Yep.
Selective memory.
I know, right?
Now, I was telling Betsy yesterday, I said, you know, I see all these cups on TV that they have on these station shows. I've never seen one I would like to have, but I have now. The Today Show come out with a new cup. It says Today's Show, and a blue, pretty blue.
I'm fond of certain crafted mugs, pottery.
Me too.
And but one of my main production cups that I like is this one because of the thickness of it.
Yeah.
You know, and it's the Krispy Kreme, obviously, but it's thick and it keeps my coffee warm longer.
Yeah.
Well, I'm funny about my cups. When I find one I like, it's just the right shape, you know?
Yep.
And just the right size. And that's the one I drink out of all the time. And I got one at the World Convention in 2013. And it's so hard to find a cup that's that shape and that size. And that's the one I drink out of every morning.
Yeah, I'm starting to collect a few cups and it's starting to take up space.
I just got rid of a few cups. I packed up all my NA cups and sent them to Chrissy and Wayne in Virginia, along with all the Redskin gear. And then I got rid of the other cups that I just don't use because it's just only so much room in the cabinet. I keep stuffing them in and I'm like, I'm done with them. So
yeah, mine's getting big. My stuffing is getting a little tighter. I got a trophy husband cup this Christmas. I got
trophy husband cup, you said?
yes, at 31 years I've actually achieved that point, I guess.
What does it say?
Trophy husband.
Oh, trophy husband. There you go.
And then I got me a Jeep cup and like, you know, kind of like, I forgot what it says now. Something about go out and take it easy or something. I forgot, but it's a Jeep cup. And the thing about them is they're tall, so that when I do the K cup, Spencer,
K cup is in the pods that we have on there.
I can do 12 ounces. This is 8.
Oh yeah, see, I don't use mine like that. I use mine because when I can do the 12 ounces because that's better.
Right. And so most of mine are like this. So they got me a couple so I can do the 12-ounce K cup.
Oh, that's good. Well, that's good.
They
Yeah,
couldn't
that's why I use that same one over and over because it's 12. I have Dunkin' Donut cups, and the Dunkin' Donut cups I was collecting, like New York, California, everywhere I went. You get up to like the one that I like gives me this much room at the top, and the Dunkin' Donut cups come up to the brim on a 12 ounce.
Yeah. I I still have the carry. What do you call it? When I came down there to work on Claude's stuff,
Uh-huh.
y'all gave me a Dunkin' Donut mug.
Yeah.
So I have it driving down the road.
Yeah.
I've used that thing so much that it started flaking. The paint was flaking and getting
With
all over.
the
It's
yeah.
almost like
Still a good
gold.
cup.
So I sanded it down and I'm still using it.
Oh my God, that's funny. I didn't
You're
have to
gonna
do
paint your
that.
cup?
Huh?
You're gonna paint your cup?
Nope. I just sanded all the flakes off of it so I can keep using it.
Hey, Rick,
Yeah.
I didn't think about this when you was down here, but Claude bought a new hedge cleaner, saw whatever he
Hedge
cut
Uh,
clippers.
with.
hmm
I wish I'd have thought about it and gave it to you, because you're the only one I know that does all that stuff. So when you come down again, get it.
Tommy has to work for a living too, you know.
Yeah.
I don't think
No, he don't. No, he don't.
I don't think he cuts all the stuff. Do you?
Yeah, he mows his grass and cuts everything.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Don't you remember in the summertime when we talked to him, he's like sweating and panting?
Right.
Well, y'all can split it.
I succumbed to buying a set of hedge clippers about 4 years ago, 3 or 4 years ago,
So he's
and they're
got a few.
wonderful. First set I've
Never
ever
was.
had.
Yeah, I got to sharpen mine. But at the same time, we got so I didn't care for the boxwoods in front of our house, so we just jerked them out
Yeah.
and I can't remember what she called them, but we put them back in its place, and they're supposed to be thinner and smaller or whatever. And but yeah, boxwoods to me were annoying because every time I trimmed them, I didn't care. We tried spring, we tried summer, we tried fall, we tried everything, and every time I cut them, they'd get a dead spot in them. The leaves would die,
Wow.
Oh
and
wow.
every time I tried all kinds of seasons to try to see if it, when I cut them, and I didn't cut them to bare bones, I trimmed them nicely, and they would, not die completely. They
Got 2
have
minutes.
head shades in it, that wouldn't come back. And I was like, crap. So I'm done with these. So I pulled them all out.
Well, I didn't realize that Tom cut his truck. I figured since he rented, they cut it.
No, no responsibility comes, not cheap.
A smart landlord would maintain his own yard, his or her own yard. I haven't lived in a house with a smart landlord yet.
I don't keep ours, but I pay for ours to be done.
Well, it's the same thing. I mean, that's
Yeah.
the way you should do it. But yours a little bit different. You're using seasonal, um, or
And and it's
Mom's house is the one I take care of too. We pay for that.
right, but you have a bylaw that says you have to.
Um, the associate, I must pay the association to take care of it. So, which is way more money than I think it should cost for landscaping. I hope. Anyway, that's enough said. I could be off on a tangent on that one.
Oh,
where did I went to. I pay a lot more money for everything nowadays. I went somewhere the other day, two of us for lunch. It was a fast food restaurant. It was $30.
oh yeah,
Really?
Yeah.
yep.
And um, I've come, I understand now that most of them are going to be $25. This was $30.
Yeah.
And I was saying we weren't paying but like 10 to 12 before COVID.
Yeah, that's why we don't go out to eat as much because everything seems to be extremely higher.
Well, it doesn't matter. I mean,
And-
you go in the grocery store, it's the same thing.
And they pay for splitting now. If you
Yeah.
want to split a meal,
Me
they
and
make you
Betsy
pay.
split.
Yeah, pay for the plate.
Yeah, pay for the plate.
Right.
Yeah,
You know,
takeout wants you to pay for the tips for
The
the guys
container?
out there.
Oh yeah, that's the other thing I'm a little aggravated with because they have these tippy apps, and whenever you want to order something to pick up, then they want you to tip for them running from the door to your car door,
yes.
which I do, but they never start at the amount that I am tipping. I'm thinking,
Well,
okay,
you know, run. If they take it from the counter to your car door, and they don't have a drive-through window. You know, that I can understand that one. But what I
Right.
don't like is giving it to me at the counter.
right. Because I always tip the guy to run it out to the door, but I just don't like them telling me, tipping, how much you want to tip him? I'm like, I don't want to tip him anything. I'll give him cash. But I
Right. Plus,
definitely don't want to tip somebody that's standing at the drive-through window. That would be crazy.
Doing the job they're supposed to be doing.
Right, that's what you're
that they've
paid for.
always done.
Yeah.
That's why I say I don't, Walmart wants you to go to the cash out. Everybody does. Remember what happened to me at Lowe's? And so I said I'd never go there again. And I haven't been.
Well, you got an Ace Hardware. They'll be glad to take care of you.
Right.
Got what?
Ace Hardware.
They're happy to help.
Yeah.
She
right.
does go to Ace Hardware.
I go to Ace Hardware.
I like Ace Hardware for the little stuff. It really is nice.
Yeah, it is. It's very nice for me because they will help me with anything.
One thing I can't believe is I was interested. I went and bought a weed eater from them before COVID, and it was the weed eater was nice. It's I can put the blade on it, for cutting like a saw blade for big stuff. But then after COVID, I was like, I have Husqvarna chainsaws, and I'm not fond of Husqvarna chainsaws, but they were literally given to me.
Wow.
And I worked on them, and they worked fine. And but I'm not fond of them because they bog down. I don't like the way they run so much. And my steel is a small steel, and I went to go get it repaired at Ace Hardware.
Yeah.
We're sorry, they don't make those parts anymore.
Oh no.
I was like, are you kidding me? That was the best little saw. And so I went to Ace Hardware when I was
How
at Ace.
old was this steel?
I know, right?
Huh?
How old was this steel saw?
Well, it was when Betsy was here, somewhere around towards the end when Betsy left, I guess, is when I bought it from Bob Lawrence down on French Broad Road or
All
something.
right, it says like 30 or 40 years old.
Right. 30 some years old.
So yeah,
40, probably closer to 40. Because I've been gone. Lori and I were together 34 years. It would have been 35 years this year. So, and 2 years, 1 year before I met her. So at least 35, 36, 37 years ago. That's a long time to hold on to parts, Rick. Do they have parts for cars that are just saying?
I went to price the new ones, not that size, something bigger. Because that steel that I had was like a limb saw,
Yeah.
and it's stupid. I mean, them things are like $800, $1,000+
Oh my God.
Gotta be kidding me for a saw.
Have you seen the attachment for your circular saw? The chainsaw attachment?
For my, oh, you mean for my, I don't have one.
For a
talking about-
circular saw. They've got a chainsaw attachment for a circular saw. It looks like it's an 18-inch bar or so. It's wild.
No,
Pardon?
I haven't seen that.
It's wild. I haven't read any reviews on it yet. I just saw the video of it and I said, wow, that's cool.
That's nuts. I can't imagine how that would work.
I can't either.
Well,
But it's those saws. Like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna have to break down and buy one used. Is what it is. I'll break down
There
and
you
buy.
go. Look it on eBay or Amazon and see what
Yeah.
they'll have
Well,
third party sellers on Amazon.
well, you
I
got
experienced that.
This is so pretty.
Mm-hmm.
Rick.
Borderless.
I went to
It's a bright one.
back when the girls were small. We were
It's a bright one.
using the washing machine and dryer a lot. The dryer I had, somebody had given me, and because it was broken, but all it needed was a pigtail had burnt out and one of the switches. So I used it for like 6 or 7 years, and it was fine. Finally, I go in. Every time something would break, I go to the appliance store and get the parts for it, put it in. The element goes out. I go down to the appliance store to get an element for it, and a guy was rumbling around the back. He comes out and he says, "Tom," he said, "this is the last element I have for that machine."
Oh my.
He said, "You may want to consider getting a new dryer."
You realize you replaced yours, I think, somewhere around close to the same time that I had to replace mine, because I think we were talking to
97.
that, and I had Dad's from his junk place. Somebody came in and needed a heat sensor. So I bypassed it. The dryer worked for years. And
Right.
I was the same thing. There's this belt thing that it runs on, and it kept wearing out, and I change it or the element. And I just changed it for years. I think I remember both of us about the same time somewhere in there actually had to break down and buy a new one.
Well, that was in 1997 that I replaced ours, and we had to replace them when I was in Woodbine. We replaced I think we replaced the washing machine first, and then when we got it and moved from Woodbine to Decula, and I replaced the dryer right within like a year of each other.
Wow.
So
I-
they were what would that have been? They would have been 20 years old, right?
Oh, so I guess you didn't
Yeah,
replace.
about that. Yeah, Woodbine.
It was before you moved there that I was doing mine.
Well,
And
no, I said I replaced the original, the one that somebody had given me was in 1997. That's when you and I replaced at the same time, and I kept that for about 20 years or 21 years, 22 years before we had to replace them. So,
yeah, I was nursing that thing and nursing that thing and nursing
yeah,
that thing.
I know.
Cindy got
But
frustrated.
hey, Pat, nice coat.
I know. Grandma got her that sweater for her Christmas present.
Yeah, we bought that. We broke down and bought Dax a coat for this cold weather that we're having.
Oh, did you? Does he like it? Does he wear it?
He readily lets us put it on him. He doesn't have a problem.
Oh, well, how about that? So he doesn't mind.
Well, it's cold here.
Yeah, it is cold. So, guys, we need to go to the bank before it closes
Okay.
because we have a few questions of the bankers. So we need to go inside and talk to them a few minutes.
Love you guys.
Love
we
y'all.
love you.
Tell
guys.
Cindy and Alex hi, Rick.
Have a great weekend. Tell Cindy and Alex we said hello.
Well,
Tell Thea we send our love to.
Tell Cindy the check will be in the bank in a little bit.
Yeah. And she loves you for sending it. So
Yeah.
and I'm grateful you don't have diarrhea.
yes, indeed.
Go get another turkey sandwich.
Hey,
That's right.
That's funny to y'all, but I tell you, this was terrible. 2 weeks.
Well, we're glad you're better now, Mom.
Yeah, we are better. I love you guys.
Love you.
Love you. Your families.
Tell
Talk to you later.
Thea and Cindy hi, and I love them.
Will do.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.